So if you drive for DoorDash, how can you get the biggest orders possible? You might be surprised that my first tip is actually ignore what DoorDash tells you. Let me explain. So check this out. This article on DoorDash's blog, it says, how do I get more orders and make more money? That's kind of the premise of this video, right? It's big orders, high paying orders here. And the first sentence says, high-earning Dashers make more money while dashing by accepting and completing more orders. Consistently, the Dashers who accept and complete the most orders are the Dashers who earn the most. Listen, if you're trying to find the biggest orders possible, the single highest paying orders, you don't want to do this. Why? Because this is what I call a volume strategy. There's two strategies really on any food delivery app. There is this, the volume strategy, and then there's just the highest dollar order strategy. So it kind of stands to reason that, yeah, you're going to make at least a decent amount of money doing this, but it's not the best strategy if you're looking for the biggest single orders. So if you're trying to do that, don't do that. Now, tip number 2, let's talk about hotspots, going back to that same article. So it says, while in areas that are marked red, which are the busiest areas on the Dasher app, it says, while you are dashing in an area of your choice, you will see spots near you marked with a red flame icon. Those areas are called hotspots, and they are the areas where you can accept the most orders. Now, that I kind of agree with, at least in part here. Let's break this down, how to make sense of this to get, again, the highest paying single orders. So again, what is a hotspot? We define it here as an area that is dense with restaurants, also called a power strip. So if you can find a power strip or a hotspot that has a ton of restaurants and a ton of residents, aka customers nearby, that's a good area to stage or wait with your vehicle. Well, why? We know that DoorDash even says right here, these are the busiest zones. And knowing your marketplace, you'll kind of confirm that. You'll say, okay, this hotspot, that flame icon, yeah, I agree with that. Or maybe knowing your marketplace, then maybe this block or this plaza is even better. It's a known power strip in your marketplace. So known power strips or hotspots will feed you more orders, which are more opportunities to get, again, that big fish, that high paying single order. Okay, well, continuing here, and tip number 3 is focusing on times of day here. Now, turning our attention back to this blog post here, because we really need to compare and contrast what DoorDash is saying versus what actually happens in the field here when you're driving. So the busiest times are generally during lunch and dinner rushes. Again, more order volume, so you can pick and choose the best orders for you. These are the times when customers order the most food. Now, we know that statistically, the busiest times for that dinner rush are typically from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Why is that? Because it correlates to the bonus pay. So that is when, at least here in Pittsburgh, let us know in the comments section if you agree with this, but that's when we're seeing the peak pay or the per delivery bonuses. Typically $2 to $3 here on, again, the dinner rush shifts. Okay, great. That's time. That's optimizing your time. But what about time wasters? Think about fast food restaurants, drive-through lines, mismanaged restaurants that just have a ton of backed up orders. They make you wait. They tell you it's going to be 5 minutes. It's actually 18 minutes. Make note of those in your marketplace. What about this one? How about restaurants that are actually in a mall? Now, this is a little bit different than, just like a plaza. You can park in the parking lot. Boom, you're right there. But I experienced this back when I was in San Diego. I'm talking about, in the mall, like in the food court. So to start, you got to park in the mall's parking lot or garage. You got to go into the mall, through the mall, past the stores, and navigating all which ways to the food court and at the restaurant, assuming it's ready. Hopefully it is. And then you just got to do the inverse, going back through the mall, past the stores. You get it back to your car in the parking garage. Also think about commuting times. You really have 10 minutes or less to get to these restaurants. And then also 10 minutes from the restaurant to your drop off before you get hit with a contract violation now. So ideally, I would always look for commutes of, 1 to 5 minutes from your current staging location to that pickup zone. And then pay attention to this. Tip number 4 is you have to understand the market cap for your specific marketplace. So if I asked you, what is the biggest order in your marketplace? You need to have an answer for that. Now, driving in different marketplaces, talking with other drivers, doing this since 2015, 2016, generally on DoorDash, if you see an order from, let's say, $15 to $20, those are the biggest single orders. Now, you may see something maybe $25, $28. I think that's really a unicorn order, but $15 to $20 for a single order, and or if it's paying you, let's say, $2.75 to $3 plus per mile, those are the biggest orders on DoorDash. So what I would do is I would use that when I'm waiting for orders, where in those power strips, in those hotspots, exactly. And I'm seeing the orders come in, right? It's $7, it's $9 for this, $12 is starting to get pretty good. But if we're truly looking at the single biggest order payouts on DoorDash, if you see, again, $15 to $20 and that dollars to mile ratio, that's a strong payout, those are the ones that you want to take. I think you can summarize it with really thinking about waiting strategically. We're waiting for these high payout orders. With the positioning, we're declining orders that just don't make sense here. But here's the thing. When it comes to waiting, I don't want you to just wait and wait for these $15 to $20 orders because you're just driving on DoorDash. You can't do that because some shifts, you might not even get these single high order payouts. So you need to multi-app. It's driving on different apps at the same time. So you can basically duplicate this. You can wait and select those high paying orders on any app, on Uber Eats and on Grubhub as well. So answer this. I got to ask you, these $15 to $20 orders, the single biggest orders that we're looking for, that's the goal of this entire video and how to do that. Are they possible? Are they common? How often, using these principles, how often can you get one of those orders? Let us know that down below in the comments. Now, if you did get value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.